So, good evening, friends. We have finished the eighth aphorism from this text of Organon of Medicine. And in last lecture, we have discussed the eighth aphorism in which Hahnemann says the same concept which was explained in the introduction by James Cross by the name of Caesate Pectus Caesate Cauda. Homeopathy removal of the totality of the symptoms means removal of the disease in its whole extent. That is what he has explained in the eighth aphorism. At the same time, Hahnemann have explained the Hupland's criticism against it, which is given in the footnote, that homeopathy can remove the symptoms, but disease remains. And Hahnemann explained that why he has written these two sentences. The two reasons which Hahnemann have thought: either he never liked the progress of homeopathy, and second important thing which he explained over there, it might be still the Hupland is considering with the material thoughts, and we have explained it with the help of Vidal test example why Hupland says like that. So this is what we have learned. Today we have to learn one more big aphorism. Already we have learned that aphorism while discussing the cardinal principles of homeopathy from the first aphorism. So that is nothing but the doctrine of vital force. So this is what he explains in the ninth aphorism, and the concept about the vital force and whole homeopathy revolving about this vital force. The concept was very clearly mentioned by Hahnemann in this sixth edition of Organ of Medicine. In fact, from the word vital force, he has turned toward the vital principle and even vital energy. And this concept explains that evolution of the Hahnemann right from fifth edition to sixth edition. So in last 10 years of his life, he has evolved a lot, and he came from vital force to the vital principle, because vital force itself requires some energy behind that, and that's why first he considered by name of vital energy. But again, where is the source of vital energy? Then he came to the conclusion of vital principle is nothing but the soul of the human being. So different words are given for the same purpose, and those should be clear in everyone's mind. And this is what Hahnemann have done, and ultimately came with the concept of vital principle. So we'll start with the ninth aphorism. It is the definition of the vital force. And all those students who have joined today's session, my suggestion is that this definition should be mucked up as it is in the same words mentioned over there, because it defines every aspect of the vital force. And what he mentions over there in the ninth aphorism is very clear-cut understanding of the vital force. So what he says, in the healthy condition of man, the spiritual vital force, and in bracket he writes autocracy. Um, the spiritual vital force, the dynamics that animates the material body. Again, he writes over there in bracket the organism. Rules with unbounded sway and retains all parts of the organism in an admirable, harmonious vital operation. As regards both sensations and functions, so that our indwelling reason gifted mind can freely employ this living healthy instrument for the higher purposes of our existence. See, already we have discussed this every word from this aphorism, and it has a meaning. He explains over there in the healthy condition of man. That means whenever the person is in the state of health, according to the homeopathy. So what is the state of health? When mind, body, and soul runs in a perfect harmony with the help of the vital force, the person is called to be a healthy. So what is the harmony between mind, body, and soul? Without soul, there is not a harmony. Soul important for that purpose. And with the help of the soul only, you can consider the human being. So soul is first, and then there is a harmony between mind and body. Without soul, you cannot. And that's why he explains over there, there is a harmony between mind, body, and soul. Three runs in a perfect harmony. What do you exactly mean by the harmony between mind and body? The way you think, the way you act. This is too important. You have decided to attend today's session, and then you are there in the session. So this is too important to understand. Once you understand, you think accordingly, your body works. Accordingly, your body tries to go for it. In the similar manner, everything happens in your life. The thought comes first, and that according to that thought, your body acts. And this thing which he wants to highlight over there, that in such a state, when your body is working according to your mind, that is in your state of health, in the healthy condition of man, the spiritual vital force. The word which he has used is spiritual. What do you mean by spiritual? Spiritual means the things which are dynamic in, which are present but you cannot show with the naked eye. The things which can be defined on the basis of cause and effect. The cause is there, effect is there, in between medium is invisible, but which we have to consider on the basis of these cause and effects is called as a dynamic. So, in the healthy condition of man, the spiritual vital force, the dynamis, the word again he used, the dynamis, the thing which is invisible to a naked eye, dynamis, rules with the dynamics that animates the material body. So the body, which is material, made up of a material, which is made up of different types of organs, which is made up of different types of tissues, the cells, everything. So everything is material, the dynamics, which animates the material body. So for that material body, what is required is the animation. And who gives the animation? This vital principle, vital force, which gives the animation. So the words which he explains over there is very important. He explains in the healthy condition of man, the spiritual vital force, the dynamics that animates the material body and rules with unbounded sway. Rules. To rule means Rajya karne. Rules is just hold, it has a hold on your body. It holds your body. From where to where? Rules with unbounded sway, which doesn't have any specific restriction. Wholly and total 100% it holds you right from the top to bottom, right from one side to another side, everywhere. Sway is nothing but from one side to another side. So who holds you? Vital force holds you. See, every word defines exactly what is the function of the vital force. So rules with unbounded sway and retains all the parts of the organism. Retain means to maintain. What it maintains? It maintains all the parts of the organism. Which are different parts? There are many systems. If you consider there is a nervous system, there is a cardiac system or circulatory system, there is a respiratory system, there is a GI system, there is a endocrine system, there is a excretory system, many locomotor system, many systems are there. Basically, these systems are made up of the organs, and every organ carries their own functions, and all those functions are maintained. The maintenance of all those functions is the main basic function of the vital force. So it tries to maintain the balance. It tries to, even though there is some trauma, even though there is some problem, even though there is some cause, still it never disturbs and it tries to maintain that harmony. For time being, patient person might be a disturbed, but again he regains the strength and again comes into the harmony. This function is followed by this vital force, and that's why he mentions over there, retains all the parts of the organism. In what way? Retains all the parts of the organism in a admirable, the word which he uses is admirable, harmonious, vital operation. Admirable means the thing which is very interesting and which has been maintained thoroughly throughout. एखादी गोष्ट प्रशंसनीय, that is Marathi you can call this प्रशंसनीय, which is so important and which is followed religiously without a single gap, without a gap of 1 minute. That is admirable. It is a very important thing which he maintains in an admirable, harmonious, vital operation. Harmony means maintaining a balance. This is what he maintains. in an admirable, harmonious, vital operation. What is a vital operation? There is a vital operation continuously going on, and you never think that vital operation is working. You don't know that your respiratory system is working. You don't know your heart is working. You don't know your brain is working. You don't know your kidneys are working because they are in harmony. They continuously work right from the birth till your death. They continuously work without taking a break. But who maintains? Who governs? Because of whom the harmony is there. All those vital operations are under the control of this vital force, because of which it tries to maintain the balance, because of which it never easily gets disturbed. There might be a slight alteration, but it never stops. The slight alteration happens to be there whenever you are disturbed mentally, emotionally, but it is for time being, and again it regains the strength, and that regaining strength, regaining again a normality, is the basic function of this vital force. So what he says, in an admirable, harmonious, vital operation as regards both sensations and functions. Two important things which he mentions over there as regards both sensations and functions. What is sensation? Sensation is a very important entity of the human life. The sensation is there because of which we are there. We are on this earth is only because the sensations are there. The human race is there because sensations are there. Sensation plays very vital role in human life. Without sensation, there is no human life. See, this is so important and related with the life of the human being. That's why, as regards both sensations and functions, your system continuously works. What is the function of your respiratory system? To maintain the oxygenation. It works. Do you know when it works? It performs its functions without producing any variety of sensations in you. Unless and until it disturbs, it never shows its sensation. But once it is disturbed, immediately you come out with your sensation. Something happens in your life, something, some disorder, some trauma, some emotional, and immediately there is a change in your respiratory system. Immediately the tachypnea will be there. Immediately there will be palpitation, and then you start finding it out your own sensation. So sensations and functions, they are very closely resembles each other, and they comes out only when in a state of disease. In a state of health, because of the vital force, you don't know that what function is going on and how it is getting performed. You don't know what it what sensation you have unless it is disturbed. You don't know you have the brain unless there is a headache. So whenever a disease is there, then and then only we understand the importance of our organs. Then we understand we have the head. Then we understand we have the stomach. Then we understand we have the extremities. When it pains, then we know. So sensation is one important entity through which we gets expressed. And that sensation is related with that injury. So what he explains over there as regards both sensations and function. So that, what he says further, so that our indwelling reason gifted mind, the word is which he has used very nicely, so that our indwelling means which is remaining inside your body. It is there inside your body, inside your brain, indwelling, reason gifted, words which are used very nicely. This is the gift given by God to the human, that is to think, to reason. Reason means to think. A process of reasoning, the inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning, which is there and which is God gifted to the human being, because of which we decide, we think, we perform. Every time we used to think either with inductive reasoning or either with the deductive reasoning. We used to think, and this inductive and deductive reasoning is the gift given to the human being by the God. So what is it? The our indwelling reason gifted mind can freely employ means to keep on the job. कोणी कोणाला जॉबवर ठेवलंय? Who has kept the job, the human body on job? Your mind. So that our indwelling reason gifted mind can freely employ this living healthy instrument. What is name given to your body? Living healthy instrument. And what for what purpose it has been kept or employed? For the higher purposes of our existence. Last 4 words are very important. Higher purposes of our existence. What it means? Everyone carries the higher purpose. What is your higher purpose of your existence? This is the question to all of you. What is your higher purpose? It is individualistic. So what do you feel? What is your higher purpose? What do you want to be? That is your higher purpose. You have taken admission to the VIHMC course not to become a homeopath. So don't tell to become a homeopath. You took the admission for the course to become a doctor. That was your higher purpose. But behind doctor, there are many, many thoughts. I asked to one of my student, he explained that I want to earn the money. That was his thought. That's why he took the admission for the to BHMS. So everyone's higher purpose is different, but who achieves that? It is the vital force. This is too important. So see, in a very nice manner, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann tries to explain the whole concept of vital force in a single definition. And this is the theme around which whole homeopathy revolves. Because of which we understand or take into consideration the dynamic aspect of the human being. Otherwise, everyone was looking towards the human body as a material one. No one was thinking about this dynamic aspect. He was the first person who has started giving a big dynamics to the dynamic human being. And he started understanding the human life in the perspective of a dynamic. And this definition explains the spiritual understanding of the human being to understand human in a different manner. So 29, so this ninth aphorism should be mugged up by all the students. And if anyone asks in the examination for the MCQ or 2 mark question, you have to write it in the same words. Second important thing is the why. If anyone asks definition of vital force, you have to define in the same manner. In the 6th edition of Organ of Medicine, in the aphorism number 9, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann defines, and then you have to explain this aphorism. That is the definition of vital force. So this is homework for all of you to work for it. This is too important, and it should be marked up. And now we'll turn towards the aphorism number 10. This is again few of the characteristics of the vital force in further 2-3 aphorism he has mentioned. So first he explains vital force in the state of health, then he explains vital force in the state of disease, and then he explains vital force in the state of recovery or cure. And all those things one must know. So we'll start with aphorism number 10. The material organism without the vital force is capable of no sensation, no function, no self-preservation. It derives all the sensations and performs all the functions of the life solely by means of immaterial being, the vital principle, which animates the material organism in health and disease. So what he says over there, one of the important things in the state of health. So right over there on that aphorism, vital force in the state of health. Earlier aphorism, definition of vital force. Ninth aphorism is the definition of vital force. This is vital force in the state of health. So what he says over there, the material organism without vital force is capable of no sensation, no function, no self-preservation. So it means the sensations are because of vital force. It means the functions are because of vital force. It means that the self-preservation is one of the important function of the vital force. These are the three important functions which are maintained because of vital force. One must understand all those three. So sensations are individualistic and they are related with the vital principle of every human being. Everyone talks in a different sense. If you have any symptom, for example, if you have headache, what you will explain? Will every person will explain his headache in a different words. Someone will say that doctor, I'm having very severe throbbing in my head. Sensation is individualistic. Another comes, he said, doctor, what has happened? I don't know. Since morning, my head is too heavy. The third one comes and he says, doctor, I'm having disturbed, my head is disturbed. There are continuously neuralgic pains. See, the individualistic sensations are expressed, and these individualistic sensations defines the vital force. So vital force is related with that human being, ultimately expresses through the sensations and altered function. So these are things one must not find it out. Lecture. So this is very important thing which one has to understand. Second important thing what he explains, that sensations and functions. Vital force has its own functions. So it maintains first important function, that is self-preservation. Every time you are preserved only because of your vital force. Something happens in your life. It happens day and night. You have dispute with your friend and you get disturbed. Temporarily, your mood is not there. But it doesn't happen that immediately you are disturbed. After some time, you regain your mood. Who maintains? Who comes out with again in the healthy mood? It is the only vital force because of which you are again into the harmony, because of which you are in a state of health. And this is what he wants to explain over there, that you again comes to the state of health only because of it. So self-preservation. It is the only thing because of which you think before doing anything. If someone says, just go on the top of the building and just throw yourself down, are you going to do it? No. Because of whom you say no? It is only because of your vital force. Because it takes the care of the self-preservation. It tries to preserve yourself. Unless and until he says you never do it. There is a big harmony between mind and body, and your mind never allows you to throw yourself from the window or from the top of the building, because it carries the function of self-preservation. Even though you see a gun over there, you will not kill yourself or you will not kill others, because your vital force will not allow you. That is, in fact, the most important function the vital force maintains. And that's why he explains over there the self-preservation. And these three functions are not there if vital force is not there. So how it is? In simple word, it is explained in the footnote. If vital force is not there, what he says, it is dead. So footnote number 6. If it is not there, it is dead. And now only subject to the power of external physical world. Then what remains is the body. Then what remains is the body, the material entity, the physical entity, and then it becomes part and parcel of this universe. Then there is nothing more than that. And this is what he wants to explain. If vital force is there, you are alive, you are animated. If it is not there, you are dead. And what he says? Now only subject to the power of external physical world, it decays. So your body decays if after some time, and is again resolved into the chemical constituents of the nature. So this is the life cycle. One borns and dies, and when he dies, it becomes part and parcel of this physical world. He again goes into this universe with the disintegration and ultimately ending with the constituents of this universe. It means that if the vital force is there, you are animated. If the vital force is there, you carry the sensation. If the vital force is there, all the functions of the vital organs and every organ is continuous. If the vital force is there, you maintain your self-preservation. And this is the very important entity one must think. So vital force in the state of health is explained in the aphorism number 10, and because of which the material organism gets animated in the state of health. Tomorrow we'll start with the aphorism number 11, where he explains the role of vital force in the state of disease, the concept of a disease, which is very thoroughly explained in this 11th aphorism. We have to understand that in tomorrow's session. So today we have learned the definition of vital force and role of vital force in the state of health. These are two important things one must understand. So that's all for today. Any questions, any queries? And second important thing I want to tell you, today's session on the Divine School of Homeopathy, you'll meet Dr. Amol Khandwe, who is a very good physiotherapist from Ahmednagar. He's a very good friend of mine. He's very young one. He's the direct student of Dr. Sharang Pani, the physiotherapist from Pune, known physiotherapist from the Pune. And Amol is very good in explanation. And today's session, don't miss today's session. You will learn a lot from him. In fact, if time possible, in future also, you'll have few more sessions of Dr. Amol. So my suggestion to all of you, physiotherapy plays very vital role in while dealing with the patient. Many times when we are not able to reach to the minimum, the physiotherapy plays very vital role, and we have to understand how to give a relief to how to relieve the pains of the person. And I think it is related with the pain in musculoskeletal system, tackling the pain, and that is very good important topic. One should not miss this session. Do join. Those who have joined, it's good. Those who have not yet joined Divine School of Homeopathy, they should join the Divine School of Homeopathy for that purpose. You can get such big people to learn from them, and many different aspects which are essential. So be there in the evening at 9 o'clock with Dr. Amol Khan. Second important thing, any questions, any queries, if you have, we have 5 more minutes. Nowadays, questions are very less. It means you have learned a lot. Ali, is there any query?
सर क्वेरीज तो होती हैं, वो मैं अपने पास लिख लेता हूँ। अभी एक्चुअली कुछ केसेस चल रहे हैं जिसमें थोड़ा सा इशू आ रहा है,
बोलो
तो
ना,
वो
टाइम है तो
जी
we can discuss. It will be beneficial for all.
एक्चुअली सर वो एक पेशेंट है जिनको जो है वो लाइको कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली एडवाइस की है, लेकिन अब उसमें थोड़ा सा एक जो पोटेंसी सिलेक्शन है वो उसमें मैं थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज हो रहा हूँ। शी इज अ क्रोनिक हैविंग क्रोनिक पीरियड्स प्रॉब्लम। उसके जो माइंड सिम्टम है वो उसका जो शौहर के साथ बहुत ही बुरे हालात रहे हैं, इवन के यानी कि फिजिकल अब्यूज भी हुआ है उसके साथ, और जो उसके दोनों जो बच्चे हुए हैं वो भी देवर अंडर वेट। तो नाउ शी इज वेरी वीक, एंड हल्की सी भी कोई चीज होती है सर उसको बहुत ज्यादा इफेक्ट करती है। वो उसका जो है जो स्टमक है वो टोटली यानी कि वो कॉन्स्टिपेटेड रहता है, थोड़ा सा भी कुछ खाने से वो हो जाती है। तो अब लाइको उसके अंदर आ रही थी सर, लेकिन उसमें थोड़ा सा 30 जब भी मैंने यूज किया है तो उसका अच्छा रिजल्ट नहीं आया। तो उसमें मुझे ये पूछना था कि मतलब 1 M से उसको लिया जाए, स्टार्ट किया जाए, या
If you have given 30 and if it is working, it's better. If it is not working, then if still it remains LICO, then you give for 200, go for higher. Let us see what happens after giving LICO 200. Wait for another 15 days. Then you can think about the case again. If the state remains to be the same, you can go better higher, even to the 1M. So accordingly, if you still feel lycopodium is the remedy, then go gradually to higher potency. Only thing is that don't repeat it again and again in higher potencies. Only give 1 or 2 doses of 1M or 10M whenever you give. So
Sir, she is using coffee. Coffee intake is in early morning is very serious. She said कि अगर मैं कॉफी ना पीऊँ तो मुझे स्टूल पास ही नहीं होता. अब
you have to ask them directly. You have to stop it by any means.
all right, sir.
You have to. Otherwise, it will antidote you action of lycopodium.
Right, sir.
There was one question, sir, in our district conjunctivitis is epidemic at present. Can we use Prasad as a preventive dose? My suggestion is that what are the symptoms? Just find it out. What are the symptoms of that conjunctivitis? It is not euphrasia every time. It might be belladonna. It might be argentum nitricum. It depends upon what is the symptomatology of the epidemic, not of the individual patient. You have to at least find it out. Sir, it should be a survey of more than 20-30 patients so that you can come to the totality of the epidemic, and whatever remedy comes after getting the totality of that epidemic, then you search for the remedy. It might be anything, and that remedy can be used as a preventive. That is what is called as the genus epidemicus. It might be argentum nitricum, it might be euphrasia, it might be belladonna, it might be allium cephal. So it might be, it varies. So you have to first find it out what is the totality of the epidemic. Then you
Okay,
can.
sir. Okay.
So just
Okay, sir.
see the different patients, just write it down symptoms of all of them, and just find it out what is common in all of them. Then open your repertory, find it out, repertorize those symptoms. You can get the answer.
Sure, sir. Okay, sir.
Anything else?
सर कोई पेशेंट अगर केस टेकिंग हम ले रहे हैं और उसमें अगर वो उसकी जो एंजाइटी है वो मैं उसके हाथों से देख रहा हूँ, वो अपनी नेल को भी बाइट कर रही है, तो ये कितना हद तक जरूरी है कि हम उसको रिपर्टराइजेशन में ऐड करें इस
100%.
चीज को?
If it is the present state, if you are treating with the state, then it matters a lot. You are
Right, sir.
observing that state. If patient is doing like this, then biting nails is the state of the patient. Sometimes there is a continuous movement of hands. That is. So that also you have to take into consideration. One of the important remedy, just now I have treated one case with this specific symptom, and that was very characteristically patient present in that individual who was absolutely depressed. It is a case of depression. And we observed that every time he used to come, and he is very restless with his hand, and we have prescribed calibrom, and with calibrom he came out. And yesterday was the follow-up, and first time in last 6 months he laughed, he has smiled. That is very important thing. So
Right, sir.
this is very important to find it out. So
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
thank you very much, everyone. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same time and continue with our session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.